Controlling and animating hand gestures with an intuitive user interface. Adding realistic and fluid hand motions to body animation is critical to overall realism. There's nothing worse than stiff, lifeless hands on a stunning character, especially with mocap data, because the character itself will look so natural with thousands of keyframes across dozens of body parts, except for sometimes the hands. Whether you're dancing, or talking and gesticulating, or maybe you even want a character to use sign language. You could also be animating a climactic fight scene. No matter what, you have 2 hands with 5 fingers each and 3 bones on each finger. That's 30 bones to consider addressing. Thankfully, you can give yourself a break from the really tedious hand motion editing with the incredibly intuitive hand gesture puppeteering tool. Let's take a look at how we can change animating hands from a tedious chore to something that you can do in real time without mocap. There are 3 embedded presets. There's the default, which is for basic and frequently used casual gestures. As we move the mouse cursor between the gestures of the puppeteering circle, the fingers of our character are gradually changing from one gesture to another, and we control the speed of that change with the speed of our mouse movement. There's a male preset for more masculine gestures, so hand positions that are more firm and tense. And there's a female preset for more gentle and elegant gestures. Depending on our needs, we can decide to puppet individual hands, or we can puppet both hands simultaneously. Sometimes in a conversation, our hands are just mirroring each other, but at other times, for emphasis, we'll use individual gestures. Both are as easy as selecting the appropriate option from the drop-down, and you can mix and match each method. What about custom hand gestures? Each gesture of the hand puppeteering ring can be customized to fulfill whatever our particular needs in the moment might be. We can take any gesture we have on the character's hands and assign it to any of the circles of the puppeteering ring. After assigning the gesture, an icon is automatically created so we can identify the newly added gestures. You can adjust the gesture or fine-tune it with iClone's built-in Edit Motion Layer function. Edit Motion Layer is extremely intuitive and also allows you to edit efficiently because you can hold control for multiple finger selections simultaneously. So in this way, we can flexibly mix and blend from and to any hand gesture while puppeting. If you don't like the screen-captured icon, you can overwrite it at any time. After placing the character's hand at the right angle, we can use the Screenshot to Icon option to replace the icon image with a new shot. Another way is to use the Change Icon Image option, and that will replace the current icon with an image that we've made previously. No matter what we're doing, the really great part is that we can save the groups of our custom gestures and name them. So now, in addition to the 3 default groups, we can create and save as many custom gesture groups as we want and switch to them whenever we need. If you'd like to get back to the original default preset, you can reset individual gestures or reset the whole group. You can add gestures to a character who's already been animated or assigned other motions. You just start by defining the range in which you would like to record the gesture animation. When starting gesture capture after the initial frame, the original motion clip will break and there'll be a new motion clip from that position, which includes the new gestures set by this plugin. You can change the transition area between the gestures of the original motion clip and the first gesture set by the plugin in order to control how smooth or how quick the transition is, and you can adjust both the start and end frame. You can then use blend out recording with original clip to set how many frames you need for the transition between the last puppeted gesture and the gestures of the previous motion clip you're animating on top of. For example, here we set blend out recording with original clip as 10 frames, so now the blend area would be 10 frames earlier at frame 174 from your marked endpoint at frame 184. In essence, it's that easy. Let's take a look at some examples of what you can do with the iClone hand gesture puppeteering tool. You don't have to hand key 30 different bones across 10 fingers and 2 hands. You can switch between gestures and puppet in real time. This obviously brings your character to life more realistically without spending days on minute details. The best thing about such a powerful plugin like this is it's not just for iClone. With iClone's comprehensive pipeline, you can even bring these motions with beautiful and realistic and natural hand gestures to other industry-leading tools. If you're making games or films, all of your work will benefit from this. Thanks for watching. We can't wait to see what you make with the hand puppeteering tool.